This family has been rich for over 200 years. This one, richer than almost anyone in history, went broke in 3 generations. Both families were once among the richest in the world. So why did one survive and the other vanish? Today, we're going inside the richest family dynasties in history, and the secrets that kept their fortunes alive for centuries. Here's a shocking fact. Nearly 90% of wealthy families lose their entire fortune by the 3rd generation. But a small number of families broke that pattern completely. Let's start with the most famous banking family in history, the Rothschilds. In the late 1700s, Mayor Amschel Rothschild started as a coin dealer in Frankfurt, Germany. His genius idea: send his 5 sons to 5 different countries, each running a piece of the family bank. This meant if one country's economy crashed, the family's wealth in the other 4 countries stayed safe. The Rothschilds also had a strict rule: keep the money in the family. Cousins married cousins to keep the fortune from splitting apart. Over 200 years later, Rothschild family businesses are still operating today across banking, wine, and real estate. Now let's look at a family that built one of the biggest fortunes in American history and controlled an entire industry, the Rockefellers. In the late 1800s, John D. Rockefeller built Standard Oil and controlled most of America's oil industry. At his peak, he was worth about $400 billion in today's money, making him possibly the richest person who ever lived. But here's what made the Rockefellers different. They didn't just save money. They built a system to teach every generation how to manage it. Every young Rockefeller was taught to track every dollar they spent, even as kids, in a personal ledger book. The family also created a private office just to manage their money across every future generation. Today, the Rockefeller family is over 6 generations deep and still wealthy, though spread across thousands of family members. Now let's flip the story, because not every wealthy dynasty had a happy ending. The Vanderbilts. In the 1800s, Cornelius Vanderbilt built a railroad and shipping empire worth over $200 billion in today's money. He built one of the largest fortunes in American history, but he passed almost all of it to just one son, with almost no plan for the rest. The next generations built massive mansions, threw extravagant parties, and spent without limits. There was no system to teach the family how to manage money, and almost no plan to keep the fortune growing. By 1973, less than 100 years later, the family gathered for a reunion, and not a single member was a millionaire. The lesson? Building a fortune is hard. Keeping it alive for generations is even harder, and needs a real plan. So what does a family that's still getting it right today actually look like? Let's talk about the richest family in America right now, the Waltons. Sam Walton opened one small discount store in Arkansas in 1962. Today, that store became the biggest retail chain in the world. The Walton family is now worth an estimated $200 billion combined, spread across multiple generations. Their secret: most of the family fortune stays invested in the company itself, instead of being pulled out and spent. The family also lives fairly privately. You rarely see them in flashy magazines or luxury headlines. Now let's go to India, where one family built one of the largest fortunes in Asia, starting from almost nothing. The Ambanis. Dhirubhai Ambani started as a small trader and built what became one of India's largest business empires. After he passed away, the empire was eventually split between his sons, each now running their own massive piece of the business. Today, the family is worth close to $100 billion, built across energy, telecom, and retail businesses. One more family you've probably never seen, but you've definitely tasted their products. The Mars family, owners of one of the world's biggest candy and pet food companies, is worth over $100 billion combined. But here's the twist: the company has never gone public. It's still 100% owned and run by the family. Over 100 years later, by staying private, they avoid outside pressure and keep full control over decisions, generation after generation. So what do all these lasting families actually have in common? Let's break it down. 1. They spread their wealth across different countries, industries, and investments, never all in one place. 2. They actively teach every new generation how to manage money. It's never left to chance. 3. They set up real structures, family offices, trusts, and rules to protect the money long term. And 4. They keep reinvesting in their core business instead of pulling all the money out to spend. Building wealth is one skill. Keeping it alive for 200 years is a completely different one. And now you know exactly how the biggest families did it. If you enjoyed this, subscribe. Next time, we're breaking down the family that lost a $500 million fortune in just one generation. Let me know in the comments which family's story surprised you the most.